Well, another day of not doing anything, so I decided to go out to Point Rocks, Maryland, try to meet with half my crew, but half didn't show up because they snuck off to Shenandoah Junction. Oh well, at least Chris, Phillip, and I had a really nice time, as well as another local rail fanner who I did not get his name, but a big shout out to him for joining us on our nice little journey as we catch my first train of the day, Amtrak P029 26, with a surprise at the front. Normally I would expect someone to report this by the time it leaves Washington Union Station, preferably my Amtrak buddies, but, you know, it's a bit of a better experience when you have a surprise like this. You'll see what I mean here in a few seconds. Now folks, what you just witnessed was old-fashioned train spotting, using only your camera, scanner, your eyes to see, and just a little bit of luck. Nowadays, everyone uses Facebook, Instagram, and all other forms of media just to track trains, especially painted units called heritage units or special units, depending on their use. They're a great tool to use once in a while, but are overused these days to a point where they're getting very annoying, especially when the same special unit comes every day for a straight week. Trust me, it happened before. Also, when you're trying to catch special units or heritage units at night, when there's no light or anything like that, and you're just in pitch black dark just to try to see one, it gets really hard to, especially when you're trying to post one in the middle of the night. Trust me, that gets annoying too. I loved the traditional way, and I still use it today. The only items I really use, like I said before, are my camera, my scanner, my eyes to see, and just a bit of luck. With these four ingredients combined, it makes the hobby more enjoyable. Now, if you really want to track something, track Q372, which is 604 axles. Now, that's worth a catch and a monster.
Car number 42, DTTX 724342. It's one of the containers. Over. That's correct.
MUKU 595126, over. That shows that as a class 3.
Yeah, it's a mixed shipment there. The second paragraph there has a 2.1. You have a class 3, and then you have 2.1, and then another class 3.
Dealt with it in a moment down here. I see it now. Okay, 2.1. Alright, fine, another minute or two, so it'll pop in.
Alright, understand. Wait 1 second. There we go.
Now what you just heard was CSX Q13825 talking to the dispatcher to get a reroute clearance. He was originally supposed to go on the Metropolitan subdivision, but because his destination was in Baltimore, he wanted to get there quicker and was asking the dispatcher to route him to the old mainline subdivision instead of the Metropolitan subdivision. The crew of 138 was also concerned about one of their loads, which was a Class 3 hazmat, and the dispatcher was checking the load through his computer, and after the decision was made by the dispatcher, he took down the signal, and it timed out for 10 minutes so that way the signal and the routing can clear through the system, and then the dispatcher realigned him to the old main line and proceeded. Little did any of us know that Q372 had a hazmat spill just outside Frederick, and none of us knew about this until after 138 passed. Guess that's what happens when you're impatient. Everything is fixed though 20 minutes later, and everybody was on their way. As soon as Q138's tail end cleared Route 28, that's when we just got the report that Q372 had a hazmat spill, and 138 didn't say a word. They just crept up behind 372 and waited silently, knowing that they were impatient and should have took the Met sub to go there a little bit faster. But they did make up a little bit of time after 372 was cleared. Here comes our last train of the night, CSX E79326, courtesy of Phillip Lee, who gave us a call about this as soon as it was passing Montrose, which the signal he was passing. He actually lives right by Montrose and ran off road, so it's kind of helpful for him, and it's helpful for us. These are the only parts of rail fanning that I use for little cheat sheets or as a little excuse, not using Facebook every 5 to 10 minutes and asking where the train is frequently, which we do not do.
E79326, medium clear, Point of Rocks, west on 11, engine 1935 out.
as the westbound empty coal train starts clearing the gates here at Point of Rocks. Chris and I decided to call it a night. It was already down to 43 degrees and the wind was picking up rapidly and we're pretty much getting tired. I also had a job interview tomorrow, so I want to get as much sleep as possible and be prepared. Until next time, this is Tranks Productions. Thanks for watching.